Did you know that John Carpenter shot The Thing right after The Fog bombed at the box office? Universal handed him $15 million and basically said, "Do whatever you want, just make it scary." Carpenter later joked, "They thought I'd make a cheap slasher. Instead, I made the most expensive paranoia movie ever." Did you know that most of the practical effects were done by a 22-year-old guy named Rob Bottin, who literally lived on set for 11 months with no days off? He had a complete nervous breakdown and ended up in the hospital during editing. In panic, Carpenter called Stan Winston, yes, the guy from Aliens and Terminator, to finish just one scene, the exploding Norris head. Bottin is still salty that his name shares the effects credit with Winston. Did you know the dog running through the station at the beginning is a half-wolf named Jed? He was so smart that the trainer just whispered commands and Jed acted perfectly possessed. The cast said, "We were genuinely afraid of that dog. He stared at us way too intelligently." Did you know the famous blood and hot wire test actually works in real life? It was invented by screenwriter Bill Lancaster and verified by a real doctor. If The Thing existed, the test would work. Carpenter said, "We made the only horror movie where science is almost on humanity's side." Did you know the actors didn't know who was the Thing until the day of shooting? Carpenter handed out sealed envelopes with instructions right before filming each scene. To this day, Keith David Childs swears he's human in the ending and Kurt Russell McReady is the Thing. Russell says the exact opposite. Carpenter just smiles and says nothing. Did you know the movie was a massive box office flop when it came out? Summer 1982 belonged to Spielberg's E.T. and Blade Runner. Audiences wanted cute aliens and hope, not detached heads in total despair. Carpenter remembered walking out of the theater while people yelled, "Give us our money back!" Did you know the defibrillator chest bite scene is 100% real? Actor David Clennon Palmer wore real prosthetic arms, and the doctor's hands that get bitten off belong to John Carpenter himself. When the chest chomps down, that's the director screaming in real time. Did you know the iconic final scene with McReady and Childs staring at each other was shot on the very last night? The crew was already leaving. The sets were literally burning. They had torched them for an earlier scene, and Carpenter yelled, "Quick, film the ending!" Kurt Russell later said, "We were drunk, freezing, and had no idea we were shooting a masterpiece." Did you know critics absolutely trashed the movie in 1982? One review called it a barf bag of guts. Alan Dean Foster, who usually wrote novelizations, refused to touch it because it was too disgusting. Today, The Thing regularly lands in the top 10 horror films of all time. And finally, did you know that at the real McMurdo Station in Antarctica, there's supposedly still a sign that reads, "Before entering any room, take the blood and hot wire test." Total joke, or is it? The Thing, 1982, the movie that nearly killed Carpenter's career and then made him a legend.